Good day, each and everyone. My name is Aurel Campbell, a teacher, a prophet, and interpreter of dreams. Now, I just want to touch base regarding some of the prophecies that I had given about in the month of July. So, I basically have 80 followers so far, but I'm being led to just address this. So those prophecies were wrong in terms of the date. However, the timeline has been wrong, as you already know. But the event will take place. Now, remember, I'm doing the interpretation of these things, and uh, I know people are saying, why don't you just quit doing it? People have said that. I've seen how you guys, people have done with Brandon from the last call. Oh my goodness. People are. I just don't get it. But some people, many YouTubers, try to tear this guy down, even though he stated, almost he stated everything that took place in his dreams, in his revelation, in his dreams, and people are still calling him false. I just don't get it. It probably would be better for me if they had known about me. They called me false, but for Brian, the claim for them to call Brian false and all sort of names, I can't imagine. Oh, they said President eardrum wasn't busted. How did they know that his eardrums wasn't busted? And I think from just listening to one or two videos, people were maybe think that the eardrum is somewhere just on the outer part. It's not on the outer layers. The eardrums are interior, are inside the ears. You can't see it. So if he made the misinterpretation of saying the ear from his dream what he saw and said that the eardrums are busted, or maybe he himself saw the blood and thought that the eardrum is in his dreams rather was busted. It's not no fault of his if it's busted or not busted. It's not a no fault of his, okay? Because as an interpreter, it's sometimes, or even trying to say what you see is sometimes very difficult. We as human beings are gonna we have biases when it comes on to interpretation. So even though he went online and made an apology, he did not need to make any apologies. Okay, it's as close as he gets to what he saw in his dreams. There was no need for him to come out and say, oh, maybe I misinterpreted it. No, there was absolutely no need for him to do that. And I know this channel is going to blow up. I know my channel that Yahoo has given me, it is going to blow up. There are many reasons as to why it will. And you're going to have people who are going to come in and they're going to say, oh, it is false. Or they use the word predicted. There's no such thing as predicted when you're dealing with prophecies. These are not my sayings. Personally, I could predict based upon the information that I get or I know of. Do you understand? So prediction is having a lot of information, and based upon those information that you have, you could predict certain things, the outcome. But Yahoo has not allowed me to do any form of prediction. For example, when I stated that that Biden was going to go, it was going to pass off, I almost went into the form of prediction. And when I listened to it, re-listened to it, because I didn't know that Kamala Harris was gonna step down, because we prophesy in parts. So I know that Biden was gonna go out the day before the election. So I have to redo those. No, I'm not redoing the prophecy, but at the time that I gave the prophecy, my question was, is there going to be an election? And thank God, thank Yahuwah, that I did not say that there will not be an election. But even then, there is still something that I probably don't have privy to, because based upon what the term that Yahuwah used to one of his prophecies is that President Trump will be installed. That's a play on words. Now, why would he be installed as opposed to will be sworn in? I have a date for him for sworn in. Why? Why would Yahuwah use the word installed? So you see, there are things that's coming. There are things that based upon my interpretation is going to be based upon whatever I know. So the installation of Donald Trump, and I reuse those words because I had given the date for his reinstallation. Why did Yahuwah use the word installation? Now, that's a question that I am asking, and that many of you probably should ask also. I know that there is an internal, I'm not going to say anything that I'm not supposed to say here. Yahuwah, please guide my thoughts and my tongues at this moment. I know that there's going to be, Yahuwah doesn't tell me anything. He doesn't reveal everything to me. So I know that there's an internal fight within the government, okay, within the nations. There's a division that's taking place, Democrats versus Republicans at this exact moment. Whatever happened to Donald Trump the other day was not a loner. It wasn't. It was fully orchestrated based upon prophecies many years ago by Kim Clement, even before Donald Trump probably even knew that he was going to run for president. So you see, when I listen to that prophecy and I make a notation of that prophecy, I commented on that prophecy that was replayed from by his daughter. All the comments disappeared. It said you're the first to make a comment. So I made a comment, and when I made that comment, I realized that there were so many views, and I placed that comment and everything just disappeared. No one allowed it. They probably captured everyone who made a comment, sent it to the FBI headquarters. So there are many things or evil things that's going on in this earth within the governments of today. So we have to take heed. And then I make a comment, following a comment on that same post, saying, we are being watched. And I believe that one stayed up. But I didn't even go back to the channel to see whether or not they reposted people comments. But the comments were just being taken down from YouTube. So people, I get sidetracked there. So the videos that I'm making, I know that they're not getting any traction, and I do believe that is for a reason. Even though I have been wrong for many of them, for some of them I have been wrong. I'm not here to make any apologies, because it is Yahuwah has ordained it that way, that I don't get all of them correct like that. It's a process that I have to go through, and he has shown me that over and over, that it's a process that I have to go through, and I know why he is not allowing me to just get them straight off the back. Part of it is that it's not my time yet to be seen. B, he allows this to happen so that don't walk with a chip on my shoulder. Kind of knocks you down when you get things wrong, and that's okay. I understand that. All right, so I don't want to really apologize to you guys about it. I'm gonna leave those videos up so that as a learning process, so that if people who has to walk this walk know that it's not an easy walk. It's okay for us to fall. Um, I've maybe one or two people who have commented that I should stop, but I don't take my orders from man. I take them from Yahuwah, and it is that I must go on. I must do what I'm doing, because even if and I tell you this, I know most of them coming forward is not going to be wrong, but even if I'm wrong, see, my prophecies that or the ability that Yahuwah has given me is that you're getting a more precise and direct information, a lot of information condensed, because the prophets prophesize in part, but I'm giving you based upon me listening to those prophecies. I mean, I listened to prophecies from way back in the 1930s, along with the Bible. So these prophecies are coming to you in a condensed form, and I give you a lot of reason as to why certain things would happen. For example, why would there be famine in Jamaica, for example? And I'll tell you the reason as to why they would be famine. I give many reasons. So you're getting, for those who are what you call so-called logical, you're getting a lot of breakdown on those prophecies. You're getting a lot of information that is condensed, because when one prophet drops one thing over here in the corner, another prophet drops something over here, they don't understand as to why they are prophesying certain things. For example, when President Trump, a lot of prophets, this is another thing that you should not apologize when you think that you're wrong, is that, for example, a lot of prophets were prophesying that President Trump won the election, right? And then you have one and two people who are also prophesying that Biden won the election. See, both people were correct. What Yahuwah did not show us is that they were going to steal the election from President Trump. So then you have one camp over here, we're saying, you see, I told you, I'm right. I know I'm hearing from Yahuwah. And then you had some people who were prophesying that Trump won the election. Some of them went back and apologized. See, should not have apologized, because Yahuwah did not show you that President Trump will win, but they were going to steal the election. Also, the camp that he showed that President Biden was going to win, he didn't show them that Trump was going to also win. And then that camp over there was coming against the other camp and saying, oh, see that false prophet? No. No one was wrong. See, we prophesy in parts and we don't show, he doesn't show us everything. That's why we shouldn't come against our brethren if they're prophesying something totally different. Another example is that Emmanuel Johnson is, should I say this, Yahuwah? Keeps on asking Yahuwah. I'll just show it. Say it. Emmanuel Johnson sees things differently. He gets different prophecies, contrary to what other people are saying. Do you understand? So the other day, he prayed and asked God, Yahuwah, people saying that the stock market is going to crash. Yahuwah, and I hope he realizes, I read in response that Yahuwah said to him, I show you the ending of things. What things are going to look like when it ends. I hope he sees that, and I hope his audience see that. So Yahuwah is showing what's going to take place when something ends. after the market crashes. He's not showing him the effects of what is going to happen. He's showing him the good part of things. Do you understand? So he's not wrong. And the others who are prophesying the things that the catastrophe, the cataclysmic events, they're not also wrong. But it's for you to realize that you are being shown a certain thing in regarding prophecies. So you cannot come against another person and say, oh, this is all confusion. One prophet sees one thing, another prophet sees another thing. For example, if you're in a boardroom, some people may come up with a plan, or they may come up with a plan to see certain things, the good things about that particular plan. And then you have another person over there in the corner. He's able to bore holes in that plan and said it will not work. But everybody in the whatever that plan was presented sees that the beauty of it. But you have one person in this corner that says, no, it will not work. Guess what? That one person that shouts up, will not work, he's able to see, he or she's able to see problems ahead, way ahead, that those other folks in the group is not able to see. So sometimes you have to listen to that one person in the corner that says, oh, that will not work. Just don't shut them down because it says it will not work. You have to go to them and ask them, why will not our plan work that's so brilliant that takes us many years to orchestrate? Because we see things from different angles, okay? We're looking things from different angles. We can't just look from a tunnel vision. Yahuwah has given, let's say, Emmanuel Johnson the beautification part of it, while he's giving the other person over here the cataclysmic events that's going to take place. Now my job is to take both the good and the bad, and present it to you. That's kind of like my job. So I see both sides, the good side and the bad side. And because Yahuwah shows me the good side and the bad side, I can present it to you, and so that you can have a better understanding of things, so that you can be better prepared. Because some people only see the bad side and they think, oh, it's the end of the world. No, it's not. Life still goes on. Okay? So whatever is coming, guys, please be prepared for it. There's a lot of catastrophes that's coming up. There's a lot of deaths that's coming up. It has to happen for a particular reason that I can explain it as to why it has to happen. Simply, it has to happen. Then I'll use my family. I tell people in my family that, listen, Jesus Christ is closer than you can ever possibly imagine. They can't see it. Now they can't see it because they're just looking at things. They just want things to get back together. They just want things to be good. So now if catastrophic events don't happen, those people that can't see, they have to be put down low in order for us not to lose a soul. Because if SHFT does not happen to them, they will not call upon the name of Yahuwah. They will not call upon the name of Yahushua and Mashiach. So we don't want to lose any souls. That's why bad things has to happen in order for us not to lose souls unto Yahushua and Mashiach. Do you get it now? Bad things has to happen in order for Yahuwah to gain souls. People are not going to call upon Yahushua and Mashiach if they're not if they're not compressed. As long as life is good for them, they will not call. Therefore, Yahuwah will lose those souls. But when the thing starts to happen, they will realize, hey, something has happened. That pastor says, that little man in the gutter says things were going to happen that I didn't believe in, but now I do believe in. I call upon Yahuwah for saving. I call upon Yahushua HaMashiach for saving my soul at this moment, the last minute. Unfortunately, it has to happen that way. Yahuwah doesn't want it to happen that way, but I could see why. Because we're preaching. I'm even here in Jamaica, and I've been led to tell people about the 3 days of darkness. I was traveling in a bus from Port Maria to Ocho Rios, and I was telling people what's going to happen. You know, people don't want to hear. The conductor shut me up. But, you know, I told him I'm finished. You know, I won't say. Yahuwah sent Nubian, this lady from the Nubian News to Jamaica from the United States to go and preach on the streets. She said, Pastor, tell her that you are not sent. This is not going to happen. Things are not going to happen. Go home. So I understand the mindset of people. People think that nothing is going to happen to Jamaica. People think that nothing is going to happen to America. They think that war is not coming to America. America is such a great country. Oh no, China and Russia will never invade America. But because of those mindset, the mindset of superiority, the mindset of I am so great, nothing will ever happen. Things will have to happen in order for people to understand. Again, I think I went off topic here. So yes, people, I will leave up, even though my prophecies timing may be wrong, the prophecies itself are not wrong, but I will do my best to get you better interpretation as we go along. Most of the prophecies regarding September, I have over and over confirmation that the 3 days of darkness will happen in September. Major events will happen in September. Major events will happen in November, the month of November. I don't have an exact date for for November. I'm still working on it. The tsunami will happen that has not changed. The tsunami will take place in the month of January 2025. Your president that is right now will no longer becomes the month of November. That has not changed. He will go down. The president of the United States, Joe Biden. Okay, so if you are a Christian, get back to this is the part of the thing I'm going to be doing this, guys. If you're a true Christian, a true believer of the Bible and a follower of the Bible, get back to the 7th day of worship for the month of August, coming up Monday. Coming on Monday will be their Sabbath day. That's the new moon. Okay, August starts on the new moon feast starts on August 5th. So in that month is their new moon. That will be at first in the new moon, and then the 8th, which is on the 12th, will be your Sabbath. Okay, and then the 15th, which is also be on the 19th, will be your full moon. That will be another Sabbath day. And on the 22nd, which will be on the 26th of August, will be your final day for your rest. So the Sabbath days or the new moon is going to be on the 5th of August. Sabbath will be on the 12th of August, and will be on the 19th of August and the 26th of August. Those are your Sabbath days, which falls on a Monday. Those are your true Sabbath. Those are your seventh days. Okay, guys, the Sabbath changes every month. The day of the Sabbath changes every month. I'm trying to give it to you so you get it. Every so-called Christian, you're not going to be required by Yahuwah. Yahuwah doesn't force anyone to do anything, but comes knowledge. If you fall into this knowledge, if you're a follower of Yahushua HaMashiach, you are going to be required by Yahuwah to follow those. You're not going to be forced, but you are required by Yahuwah to follow the 7 days Sabbath. 6 days you shall worship, 6 days you shall work, 7th day you shall work. And whenever I give these videos, I'm giving you nits and bits and pieces here so that you should get a better understanding of the true Sabbath. So we're coming up into August at this moment. So the new moon is going to be on the 5th. Let's go back over that. The new moon is going to be on the 5th. On the 12th is going to be your first Sabbath, which is going to be on the 8th. On the 19th is going to be your second Sabbath. On the 26th is going to be your second Sabbath. And also following on September is going to be their new Sabbath is going to be on a Wednesday. All right, just give you a update here, quick update of your true Sabbath. Guys, thank you for your time. Please spread the word as we get into crunch time. We are headed into crunch time. August will be a crunch time leading up to September, your 3 days of darkness. Yes, I just want to add in there that comes in November is when you're going to have another major cataclysmic event in the earth. So what comes in September is not going to be a walk in the park. And if you survive September, November is going to be even worse. People, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Yahuwah, Yahushua HaMashiach, is time is of the essence, people. Time no longer. Time no longer.